Hey, hey. It's the boy, the kid that did. The kid that mother effing did. Let me see that. Chat. I can stick it right here. Still like there. I feel like my screen too bright. Let me see some. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. Okay, let's get this. Let's get some things up. Let's get some things up. Minimize. We got some open trades that we gotta check. We running profit on. Running profit on couple trades. Let me show y'all the portfolio. Nothing too crazy, but nothing to sniff at either. Here it is. So we're starting from today. We got PayPal holdings. I had closed a day trade down the other day. Yesterday it ran 90%. Yo, what's up, buddy B? Good morning, sir. I feel like my that should be like that. Yep. Maybe this could go right here. A little front light. It's pretty bright though. Get a little bit better angle on the cam. Oh no. Turn down camera. Okay. We're back on the camera. I can see the camera, but y'all can't. I got my studio set up. So we're live. See what the biggest. Oh, that's because I think I might have been tapping the mute button on my mic on accident. Uh, but I just read your question. Your was wondering how you decide where to put your money between 401k, Roth IRA, high yield savings account, company match stocks, or investing privately through a trade platform. Okay. I think about it in three buckets. And most of the options you kind of decide to go into that my last bucket kind of. So like money that I don't need and is mainly based on time. Money that I don't need. I'm still pretty young, so I want to invest very aggressively. So I say money I don't need in like 3 years. Like anything I don't need in less than 3 years is going straight into the stock market, and that's a bucket. Anything I need between 1 to 3 years, say like, oh, like I'm thinking about buying an investment property. Anything that's like investment property, a potential business money, um, stuff like that. That's gonna go into that middle bucket. That's gonna go into a high yield savings account. Um, that should stay out of the stock market. And then that first bucket, anything I need in less than a year, I put in a high yield savings account because, and right now I'm pretty much put all my money in high yield savings, like SoFi, where I put all my money into SoFi high yield savings account, and then they have the buckets that you can make, but it still wraps up to the same high yield savings account. Um, that's a great one. I think there's a couple other banks that do high yield savings, so I keep all my money starting off. Everything goes to the high yield savings account, and then I divvy it out. I got each bucket that says investment clearing. So like every month, the budget I have for investing will pull into the bucket, and I send that into my high yield savings account. Now deciding between, so like let's say we're just talking about money we're putting away for a long term for investing or 401k. I feel like what I was doing in the military was really aggressive. So the military has the TSP, which is called the thrift saving plan, and that's considered to be the best like type of 401k because not only do they have matching, they also have like different investment packages you could choose to pick with your money. So it's like a mix of a 401k and an a Roth RIA. So I do all Roth. If you have to choose between traditional and Roth, I've always done Roth because I expect myself to have, you know what I'm saying, a higher be in a higher tax bracket in the future. And then I only for like 401k for retirement, at first I was doing like the max. So it was like the most you could do per paycheck was like 60% of your paycheck. When I was like, I went to basic in like February 2022, and I had learned about all this stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna be aggressive. By May 2022, when I could actually control it, I was doing like 60%. I was doing like high ass numbers, like over 50% of my check, and I would change it every month, like 50, 40. And I was like, damn, I kind of need money. So I was dropping it like over the course of a year. I was dropping it down. I was pushing back up the months I can. But then I was listening to somebody, and he was telling me, he was like, because it's nice to kind of bump it up, but because it's so far out, you can still you should just put as much as the match. Just because it's so far out that you can you should technically use that money elsewhere, like a 3 to 5 year bucket for investing is probably more preferable than you putting 50% of your money. Once you put it in, you can't get it out unless you want to, you know what I'm saying, the penalties and stuff. So I realized after about a year and a half, 2 years of being really aggressive in my TSP, that I'd probably be better for me to just save the money, put it directly into, invest it directly. So I don't know company match stocks as much. Like I don't have any experience with company match stocks. I'm guessing that's like your company gives you the option to buy stocks at a certain price, like in your contract, or I mean, of course, I would be aggressive with any, like, if they're matching stocks, I would do exactly what the match would be, up to the match at least, and then same with 401k up to the match at least. And then company matching stocks might be a little different because you might get access within like three to 5 years, depending on how long they want you to stay with them. You could be a little bit more aggressive in that, especially if you believe in the company. What company do you work at? What's the name of it again? I'll tell you right now how aggressively I would be invested in it. Okay, let's pull up SPY. Let's see how the market is feeling today. This market is opening slightly higher today. But yeah, that's how I would approach it. You probably have like 3 or 4 buckets that you determine is long term, mid term, and short term. That's gonna be, I wrap everything. All my income goes to the high yield savings, right? You're getting like 3.5, 4%, best in class for any savings account. So it literally, I don't think it makes sense to have any other savings account. You have all your money go there. Then for your long term investment, you have it pulled down to the side, and then you send the money over to your investments accounts. And then you just need like, you don't need more than 5 stocks. You don't need more than 5 stocks. So this is the entire livelihood of PDS. So we can see how aggressively we want to invest in this thing. I'm not gonna lie, it's in a bit of a bullish momentum pattern. So like, just from a chart analysis, it looks pretty decent. Like all-time highs back in 2004. Made these lows in 2020, but it's been rising. It had a small little correction or pullback. Basically, price moved up and then it locked in between these two trend lines for a nice pullback, but it's rising and breaking out again. And then of course we could just simply look at the financials. So we want to see obviously year over year revenue growth. Let's just put it on an annual basis. Start from 2020, 730 million, 780, 1.19, okay. 1.32, okay, 1.34. It's interesting. Its revenue is slightly inconsistent, right? 1.12 billion here. COVID year, kind of understandable. But it was going down, then slightly back up. And then operating income. Sometimes it's not making money. This is older. Damn, its margins are kind of low. Earnings before. There's better companies. I'll tell you that much. So if I duplicate, and if you're stock matching, I wouldn't be too aggressive. I'd probably just match. If it's not like premium, it's not premium, right? So it's not like a Google, like, and I don't know how often you look at other companies, but like, it's a 70, 76, 86, 84, 84, 96, 96, 102, 114. Gross profit consistently increasing. Operating income consistently increasing. Like, it's levels to it. It's probably not a bad company, but it's just levels to it. So like, I would just probably match. Like, unless it was like, and it's a mining company, right? So like, how much, and what are we mining? What are we mining? Precision drilling. onshore drilling, completion, and production services to the oil and natural gas industry. It operates through the following business segments. So, like, the way I think about it is like, think about it over a 50-year period. Oil and gas is important, yes, but it's not the future of energy. Oil and gas is important, but it is not the future of energy. Renewables is going to be the future, right? Obviously, big money is going to control what happens, but it's going to lose its grip because it's going to be absolutely necessary. It's going to be absolutely necessary for the Europeans to become less Russia reliant. It's going to be naturally necessary for them to become less Iran reliant, less America reliant, at least in the next 2 years, right? They're going to be aggressively building renewables. Texas is going to be aggressive with, already pretty aggressive with renewables, but even more so, maybe not around Houston area, but it's going to be more and more important for us as a civilization to build renewables, especially with climate change, nuclear. I truly do think nuclear is going to be the future of energy. So we have these upswings in these mining companies. There's other mining companies too out there that name your mining company. I was looking at Barrick. Let me just do stocks. Barrick Mining Company, gold miners. It's just like, the mining companies, whatever they, I was just going to say that it fluctuates heavily with the price of oil. Whatever they mine is basically like a leveraged asset. It's whatever. So this is a gold mining company. You see that it popped in the last year because it just follows the price of gold. Price of oil today. I don't know. There's a good argument to be made that over the next year or so, the price of oil will stay relatively high, meaning that PDS is obviously I talked about how it's ticking up higher. It's going through this upwards phase. So there's an argument that over the near term that it'd be worth investing in. It's going to be worth investing in more. But I think if we're talking about 50 years over the long term, that's where real wealth is made. The real wealth is made getting 10,000% return on Nvidia because you held it for 10 years. Because you bought it when it was low and you held it for 10 years. So I'd rather hold the semiconductor ETF probably than buy PDS. Right? Because semiconductors are going to be more important than precision drilling. I think generally company stocks are worth it if you get a match because you're getting the stock at a discount of around 10 to 15. I figured you get an option to buy it at a certain price. 10 to 15% off is pretty decent. So with PDS we're talking about 9. What about 9 to $10, $15? Nah, I still wouldn't be aggressive. It's just your company's a 1.2 billion market cap. Its income statement is inconsistent. Although it manages at around where it was at, about like 800, 900 million. Right, there's a mandatory. Yeah, you have to hold the stock, not a mandatory period. I know initially when you first I think I was learning that when you initially first get hired, there's a mandatory you have to stay with the company period too. That's another incentive. That's why giving stocks to employees are so good. It's really worth it from the company's perspective. Um, it gets someone to it gets the employees to feel like the work that they put in is also it's also like you want to do well, right? Because you're invested in the company, and then it also keeps you on the hook. Okay, 1 to 2 years before you hold the stock, so that would go in like your mid tier bucket. I'm probably lagging a little. Oh, I went mute all the way. Sorry about that. I don't know. I keep accidentally hitting my mute button here. Um, um, but do you leverage a high yield savings account or a health savings account? Oh, were you talking about a health savings account before as well? Um, no, I do not use a health savings account mainly because I don't have any consistent medical needs. I actually have very rare medical needs. I'm almost rarely in the hospital. Um, I'm curious to know what percent return on the money you get though. Triple tax advantages. Contributions are tax deductible. I'm sure up to a certain amount though. Tax deductible up to a certain amount. Earnings grow tax free, and withdrawals for medical expenses are tax free. Yeah, that sounds really good, especially if potentially you need to go to the hospital for a certain medical condition you have. I feel like if you have a certain medical condition, um, oh, it's okay. It's a tax deductible is unlimited. So interesting, interesting. I have to weigh that into considerations. I know someone who might be able to capitalize on that. Someone who has a consistent medical thing. I don't know. I don't know. You just dropped the gym there. I think I'm gonna be looking at. So I don't have any. Let me look at my green trades. Trading for income. So I day traded and swung trade PayPal. So basically, I bought and sold some stock options yesterday. Ran up really well. Bought around here. Capitalized on this whole percent move. And then I'm still in some long-term hold. I won't say long-term, like some swing calls, basically some like calls I want to hold for a couple weeks. Running really well. Paper trade. This is real money trade. This is a paper trade. To be honest, I don't really like this trade. Unlimited is decent though. High yield save, or not high yield savings, but the health savings. CGNX is a electronic tech company. Simple trade, simple chart move. Broke up out of this descending structure. Right, it, Buddy B. I know you're not a trader, but we're gonna get you there. We got some swing highs, or even just breaking down the chart. This is my love right now. Some swing lows that connect this movement, that makes it understandable. Price pushed down and sellers lost momentum, and they had a struggle with buyers, and buyers ultimately took control. There was an up and down battle in between this structure, and between the price of about $50 down to $22. But eventually price broke up aggressively, right? We have a gap is what the trader community call a gap in price here. Basically, it opened what SPY is about to do today, essentially. Price opened higher than much higher than where price closed yesterday. And then it basically made a similar descending pattern as it did on this between a longer time frame, just in a shorter time frame, right? From back in 2022 to about 2026, it was making this pattern. It broke out, like I said, gapped up, and then pulled back again. Price dropped from 59 down to 45 correctively. Gave it a nice little touch to this top of this structure, and basically bounced right off of it as support. If you know support and resistance, basically price ceilings and price floors. This acted as a price floor, able to bounce off of it and move to the high side again. So we're capitalizing there. And then some of the best setups of the day. Looking at CSCO, this is Cisco. Setting up for sales. I like it for sales. I like Pepsi for calls. I like Coke for calls. Similar, and then similar companies trade like their chart patterns and stuff look like super similar. So Pepsi and Coke chart pattern looks similar. Looks like it's setting up for the upside. Intap in the money here on this play, but we were looking to see if it would fall further and get in another add. Basically meaning I made one trade, it looks like it turned out well, and then add another position, but price did not take me in on this position, so I ended up not going into the market there. And then market has opened. Oh, what's up? What's up? Charles Osamore 6989. Okay. That's a good name. I fuck with that name. Osamore. Okay. Okay. I've been looking at BlackRock so heavily, bruh. I knew it was going to gap up today. I knew it was going to reverse today. Knew it was going to play within these trend lines. So it's just been coming down to this trend line, coming up to this trend line. Price was down again at that trend line. Basically gave me a pattern signifying that it would reverse as well. So it gave me these two bottoms. Like, okay, this is a stopping point for us. This is a red flag. This is a signal for the market. The market put its left turn signal on. Not only that, but it pushed up aggressively, so it gapped up. There's a gap in price here. There's a gap in price here, and then gave me this triangle continuation formation or correction. So this triangle continuation correction, and then broke above the neckline, obviously, and then continued to push up, gapped up today. Price took me in. That's the little nuance I've changed in my trading too. It's like usually I would just be like, okay, I'm gonna enter right in the middle of this pattern, but now I've decided to no, I'm gonna let price take me in. And the difference is that corrections can last a long time. I can't change it. It's a it's a YouTube function. It's the person that comments the most. I think it's I guess I could also put my chat over here. I think my face is over here though. Yeah. So it says it's a leaderboard thing. You gotta collect XP, my boy. You gotta send live super chats, send super chats. So yeah. Well, y'all are tied actually. I don't know if it's a day thing or whatever. Now you're trying to spam. You're trying to fix it. Maybe I could. I don't know where I could keep this visible. You think it's better if it's visible or my face is right there? I don't know if I could keep it. I don't know if there's a good spot to keep this. My chart's too big. Maybe right here. Maybe this is okay. Nah, it's just gonna disappear as soon as I click back on my chart, unfortunately. So today's plan is to be patient. So SPY is the chart I would want to day trade today because they have 0-day expirations. And then no, I look, you just lost the chat. The spot I had it in. Where did I have it? Okay, here it is over here. Pull it back to where it was. Easy to see. He said must be who's better looking. Spies gapping up. You know what's crazy? I feel like the stock market does not care about all this stuff that's going on in the world at all. I mean, it cared a little bit, right? It was a small correction here, but like it's over. It feels like market feels like whatever going on in the Middle East, it'll correct itself out. Because the market just gapped up. I feel like it feels like as long as the U.S. isn't gonna blow Iran up, everything's gonna be okay. As long as they're not gonna blow each other up, more destabilization in the region. I understand we got Trump acting like oil slips a little bit. This is gonna be hopes. It's like off hopes and wishes. That's the thing that kind of confuses me. The market really believes that off hopes and wishes. I have the Wall Street Journal. No, I don't have a Wall Street Journal account. Yeah, shrugged off a breakdown in peace talks. Iran trolling the U.S. and stock prices just gonna keep rising. Yep, the technology stocks are gonna keep rising. So I want to day trade this, but it's not giving me a pattern. So yesterday it gave me some patterns to use, but when it kind of just moves so impulsively, I kind of avoid day trading. Just look at our swing plays. Looking for Cisco for sells. Looking for Pepsi for calls, Coke for calls, Intap for sells, but it's already kind of in the money. Did I skip a couple? Yeah, Monster. This is a MSTR, basically a Bitcoin holding company. IonQ. This is a develop and manufactures quantum computers. The firm specializes in quantum computing and quantum information process. That's another thing. Like, do you really want to invest in a mining company when you can invest in a quantum company right now? Like, think about it. It's the same theme as AI, but it's at where AI was, you know what I'm saying, 10 years ago. It's like investing in AI 10 years ago. You don't know for sure it's gonna work out, but shit. That's how, like, you know what I mean. You got to do, definitely got to do more research, but it's like I'm betting in a quantum ETF over my mining, aggressively putting money into my mining company shares. Hope that's not any shade to your company, but I hope it also gives some like pragmatic insight into like the opportunities. The opportunity cost is too much. Um, Opportunity cost is too much. Like there's plenty of companies that mine oil, and there's not plenty of emerging oil mining companies, right? Um, I think there's other emerging industries you kind of want to be a part of. What's a good money play for the team today? Something simple that if they took action on, I like XYZ a lot. Let me take this off. XYZ, I mean PayPal, something I'm already making money on. I think it'll continue to make more money today. So let me pull up what I'm exactly invested in. So this is a swing play, something you don't have to watch. Is this particular? So this is my brokerage. I have some figures hidden, but you can see my long term hold. I need to probably I've been telling myself I need to separate, and this is a little alert on XYZ. XYZ is the same block, is the same type of company as PayPal. So like I said before, similar companies with that do similar things, their stocks move the same. So like Visa and MasterCard, their stocks move similar. Um, all the finance companies, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, their tickers, their charts move similar. So if you see with this one, there was this, what I called before, a double bottom into this descending channel, and then price is moving up. Price today is sliding to the upside, right? PYPL, same thing. Descending pattern. We got this double bottom down there, and price is sliding to the upside. I think PayPal is a bit cleaner. And then another thing about PayPal is, just from a very long term perspective, look how much higher this price could come back to. It was a 300. It's a fintech company. It peaked at 2021, and let's think about 2021. It's probably not going to get to those highs soon, but because there was just so much money pumped into the market in 2020, and fintech is one of those industries that took advantage. Technology industries as a whole, but if you see, it came down to this level, this very low level, all the way down. So you're basically buying it at almost 80% off from the highs. I know some very long term traders look at, okay, it's 80% off from the highs. I believe in the company. I believe in the industry, and the options are really discounted, or like the option price or the stock price is really discounted. and is making a comeback, the early beginnings of a comeback. And that's what I see. That's what I spot in the markets. Oh no. Try to get a little clip. I just clipped that right there. But yeah, this is back to my brokerage account. Let me just open PayPal up. Let's go here. And yeah, I got these swing calls out until May. So today's the 14th. This is to May 15th. Looking to hold these really as long as possible, as long as it goes up and to the right and doesn't give me like, you see how this is a double. I said this was like a double bottom down here. The inverse would be like it came up and made a double top. So if it gives me like a double top and then starts to push back down, that would be like a good sign for me to close the trade a little bit in profit. Or I'm up 25%. So like if price came back down to like 15% profit, I'd probably close the trade down just to secure those profits. And then as my account grows, the percentages of money directed into my account will increase. Let's keep it moving. Other interesting setups. And so I got my my trading view, the platform. I got it set up to where I know my active trades, my money, my real money plays, and then my practice shots. So it looks like this practice shot, which I knew was a trash trade. I was like, this is not a good trade. Basically, this was a reversal. I'm betting on it to go down, but I see this pattern as reversal. So I'm betting like, okay, this is probably going to go against me, but it's still descending. So now that it's gapped up, I would have closed this trade. Probably going to be slightly break even, back to break even. That's probably how that would end. It would give me about, it was in the money a little bit, and as it slid back, it would have been probably a break even trade. This one's pretty good. Jeff is really good. Jeff is a real estate financial company. This was had a really good chart picture. I've talked about this one a couple times. And tap sliding down to the downside. So other interesting setups. Got ON on holding. So apparel footwear company. And it's funny because I talked about Jeffries just a second ago. It's a financial company. It's an investment bank, and on has a report from Jeffries. We see the messaging as aligned with on running DNA, leaning heavily on mass market aesthetics rather than technical credibility. And was poorly received by consumers. So not a good thing. It seems like they want to have. Oh, they co-created apparel and footwear collection with the actress Zendaya. Blurs the brand's premium performance positioning. Very important deep market theory there. And definitely will affect the stock. That's more of a long-term position than a short-term chart change, but we'll see. It will come up and show itself over the chart in the long term. TREX is making a move to the upside. I really wanted it to pull back to this trend line, but it looks like it's just going to keep moving forward. Then we got XYZ moving similarly to PayPal, but not with the same momentum, not with the same gusto. Let's put it both on like an hourly. or daily actually. I mean, it's pretty much the same, but XYZ had this early red breakout of the trend line, but pulled back. PayPal broke out and didn't pull back. At least how I see it. Maybe that's what this was. Red, green, red, yeah. So these candlesticks were. This is a bit more cleaner. This breakout, and that's why it's paying better. What else? What else? We got IP, International Paper Company. I think this will pull up to the upside. Similar thesis as CGNX. Or not CGNX, that's wrong. Is it just as PayPal? Basically lows. We have a double bottom. And then a breakout to the upside. There's a similar company to this. Oh, I didn't mean to change this side. Maybe it's similar to Jeffries. You have these lows. Price comes down to, decides to correct there. And now it's moving to the upside. And I want price to take me in above these highs. These highs. Gonna be streaming till about 9:15, 9:30 today. Doesn't look like there's much to be looking at. Too much. I got a nice little list. Iron Mountain is a real estate investment trust. Got us a REIT. We'll see. It's moving up correctively, but within that large correction, it's also moving up very nicely, very clean. Man. Trip.com. This is gonna be this one is a very interesting setup. Very close to being one of my best setups. XYZ and IP is probably like top 3. Because we have where we know price moved back down from these highs. We have price hitting the same position, but it was moving up correctly in this channel. It gave us a double top. And now it's pushed down. Let's zoom in a bit. I'm definitely looking for some sort of continuation pattern. If it could give me something I could enter off right here, like so, I'd be betting that it can go down. If it gives me some sort of similar correction to this, maybe a little bit extra with a double top, triple top, head and shoulders, I will be pretty aggressively entering this for the sells because it plays into the larger time frame analysis. And of course, Iron Money. This is another mining corporation I was looking at. Highcroft. HYMC. This is a non-energy mining corporation. They pull out gold and silver. They're on the up and ups. Chart pattern. I was looking to trade it. It didn't give me the entry I wanted, and I could technically still enter. It's a little bit past the point of where I would want to enter. But it's giving me all the signs of a good entry, and I think that I should let price take me in. On a paper trade and just get the data and see what happens. See if I truly like when price is at that type of position. I don't know if I'm pulling my clips. Clip that. My computer's saying my memory is overloaded. Let me take this off. I don't think I'm getting any clips. That's unfortunate. Let's see what I could do. Let's close this one and this one and this one too. Looking at the Madrid hotels. Okay. Hopefully got a bit faster memory. I do need to be able to clip farm. You know what I'm saying? This is a good setup. I missed it a bit. I'm hoping price gives me another chance. Give me another chance. But like a real P, I don't chase. I let the market come to me. I let the market take to where I feel like would be the best price to get in at. And the only way to live like that, to actually make money like that, and actually like ride on that, is to be on these charts every day. How am I supposed to chop the market when I'm not charting every day? Because I'm gonna let all the opportunities pass me. Excuse me. I'm gonna let all the opportunities just pass me. But if you're on these charts every day, if you're looking at the money plays every day, eventually you stop chasing the market and you say, you know what? I only want to get in if there's this ascending pattern, overall ascending pattern here, right? We know it's going to touch and hit probably this previous all-time high. Right? We know we got some corrective properties here. That means I only want to catch this trade on the bullish momentum to the downside because we have a great setup there. It'll have good momentum when it makes that move, and it has more risk to reward as far as room to move down. So that's where we want to be at. This slight move back to the upside, I'm not buying it. You're not going to be able to sell it to me. I'm going to wait patiently. It could push up a bit more. I hope it pushes up a bit more. It gets back up to this level and gives me another head and shoulders or something. And then that's a double top. More confluence on why the sales are going to happen. Because buyers aren't going to be able to break. If it can't break it off this push, it's going to need to get more liquidity. So it's going to fall back to the downside. USB. I was thinking this would just fall, but it would continue to fall from this point. But it reversed in the short term. We'll see where it goes. SAIA, the Transportation Trucking Company. Ascending channel, long-term ascending channel from back in 2011. Started this channel kind of off the lows, moving up to the upside, bouncing off these lows, moving up to the upside. We'll see. It's kind of interesting because I was wondering if it gave me a certain pattern. Like we got a double bottom. I was hoping it would give me something cleaner than this to like play it to the upside, but that's not very clean to me. We got gap. Similar situation with gap. I was hoping it would give me something a bit cleaner. I think this is gonna come to the. I think this is gonna break to the downside. It's gonna break out and give me some sort of continuation correction. STM moving to the upside. I thought this was a company that was gonna push down here, but it decided to break out to the upside. And this is also a ticker that made me realize I need to stop putting my entries in the damn continuation correction. It needs to be let price take me in. Price take me in from a good spot, and that's how you get really good risk to reward and momentum. This is an interesting one. Looks like it wants to break up to the upside, and it did. So this is basically price came up to these highs, pushed down, moved into this corrective pattern. Basically price got locked in between those two trend lines, and then it decided to gap up here, right, all the way up. Very aggressive move, another descending channel, and then price gapped up again. So this is definitely got some bullish momentum on it. I think it'd have been a good trade. Nervous, a little bit nervous about the all-time highs it's at. Shit. My shit is turned on now. Stream quality low. I mean high. um I don't think there's anything I would want to day trade. SPY, QQQ. Looks like it's calls for sure. I would be on the calls. Maybe it's already done for today. Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be it for now. Who's all on here? Let me see if there's anyone still here. Gotta eat breakfast. I'm curious to see if this is gonna push up or not. Not too sure, but it's not making the move I would want to see right now. So we have a bullish impulse, and then we have essentially that's not what I meant to use. We have this kind of double, triple top, kind of like a triple top. I mean, the double top for sure. So basically, it's gonna act as resistance. So it'll act as resistance. It might be able to break it. It might not. There's not much information off this, off today's open. I like when there's some correction to go off of. Gives me much more signal. I got one concurrent viewer. One viewer still sticking it out. Got 4 total views. I feel like my internet is just pretty bad. Is this how it looks? Oh my god, my internet is so bad. Alright, that's about it for today. I went over, hopefully you guys saw like the best trades. Definitely PayPal. Looks like it's gonna fall some today. But it's in the money, it's trending up. Some of my other previous moves, my other previous thinking processes and stuff like that. Looks like Pepsi is retesting here. I like Pepsi. Hold on. I gotta get the right damn thing. I actually changed my mind on Pepsi. I would say Pepsi above this point right here. Coca-Cola. Pepsi looks clean for a break. A breakout play. Pepsi, my best setup. Maybe IP as well. IP monster. This is not that interesting anymore. Q being weird. BLK, very good setup. I mean, this is in the money. This is literally an active trade. Took me in. XYZ. It's close. P-Core. IRM. HYMC. On. Interesting. Boom, 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 boom. Little correction. Today. What's this? No, this is yesterday. This is sending. Yeah. To be honest, I wish I would have been maybe locked in a little bit better here. Could have let price take me in. Kind of missed this small time frame correction. Oh, I lost the viewer. I did say my stream was gonna end soon, so appreciate ya. Yeah. I feel like I gotta. Oh my god, my stream quality is not high. I don't know what's going on. If it's the internet or if it's me. But yeah, Mr. OG Genesis. And Spy. Just climbing, huh? Damn, did not. Wait, I'm confused. Is this Spy? Wasn't I just looking at it as double tops? Like it did not look like this a second ago. Maybe I was looking at QQQ. Yeah, it was. I feel like it looks much cleaner. Like that was pretty clean. And then it gave you this pin bar. Interesting. Interesting. I kind of missed that. I feel like I just didn't see that. Honestly, I wasn't watching it that closely. That's unfortunate. I mean, the move's gone. I messed up. I should have traded this pin bar. Maybe it'll give another opportunity. Damn. I mean, damn, I kind of missed my fucking mark, huh? Oh, fuck. Okay.